This may be the dumbest thing I've ever heard Asmongold say. Not just because it's wrong, but because it makes no sense. Why would you say this? Like, what? You're like a Trump guy. Do you really think that Biden would cover this up? What? What the fuck are you saying, man?
It's obviously not a White House cover-up. I mean, was Biden covering it up for 4 years?
Uh-huh.
I mean, what are we talking about, a White House cover-up?
Was Biden covering it up for 4 years? Well, let's think about that, okay? So, the Department of Justice had these emails, okay? They had them. They did. But they didn't release them, okay? These files, which are very damning for Donald Trump. Like, if Biden had released these emails in the lead up to the election, do you think Kamala would have lost? So then the question is, why didn't he? Okay, and the answer is because it's a fucking cover-up, dumbass. Okay, we're watching Asmongold react to the latest on Epstein, on Jeffrey Epstein.
Spent hours alone with the victim. Apparently, the emails were released or leaked that make Trump look bad. I don't know exactly why. Let's look at it.
We're back with more of the breaking news this hour. Newly released emails from the Epstein estate show the convicted sex offender making multiple references to President Trump. In one, it's a 2011 email to accomplice Ghislaine Maxwell. Epstein.
Why is it that this is being released now? Like, I thought they were going to release the Epstein files. I mean, at this point, like, so, and this is what I think is very odd, is that they're going to release the Epstein files. They're going to release the Epstein files. They're going to release the Epstein files. There aren't any Epstein files. They're gone. Here are the Epstein files. Are they lying, or is this fake? Either way, I want these fucks out of the government. I do.
Dude, these are not the Epstein files. Okay, these are emails. These are emails.
Where you are.
There are a lot of emails, okay? There's still a lot to go through, okay? And I don't think we found everything yet. I mean, basically, people have been going through them. They found the Trump email pretty quickly. But there's still probably a lot of stuff to find. So, anyway.
Dude, it makes me so mad. It makes me so mad to have to deal with this shit.
Also, what's so fucking funny to me is that, like, Jeffrey Epstein was a financier, right? He was basically a financial advisor for rich people. Okay, and yet, where are the financial advice emails? Like, that's what I'm wondering. Like, you're telling me he had all of these financial clients that were going to him for where are they? Where are the, like, what I'm saying is there are rich people who were associated with Epstein, but they weren't into the parties or anything. No. We just went to him for his financial advice. Oh, just his financial advice. Don't you believe me? Well, where's the financial advice? That's what I'm wondering. Where is it? Like, dude, I have read a lot of shit about Epstein, okay? I've read a lot of his correspondence that's been released so far with other people, and I have never seen him give any financial advice, not even once. And this guy was a famous financier? What are we talking about, man?
Writes that Trump, quote, spent hours at his house with a sex trafficking victim. Now, Epstein
that doesn't mean that he knew that the person was a victim at all. Like, just because you interact with somebody that was a victim doesn't mean that you know the details.
Right, yeah. Yeah, man. Just because Trump was spending a lot of time with a known sex-trafficked victim of Jeffrey Epstein doesn't mean he knew or was doing something inappropriate. Yeah,
of
man.
What happened to them.
Yeah.
Like, okay, let's keep going.
Okay.
Trump in this email, a quote, dog that hasn't barked. These emails.
Yo, Asmongold is all. We're a minute and 30 seconds into this, and Asmongold is like, wait. Maybe he didn't know. Maybe.
Released by Democrats on the House Oversight Committee, and the top Democrat on that committee,
what is
Robert
happening?
Garcia, is joining us now. Congressman, when did you get this information?
We actually just received all of these emails, a total of about 23,000 documents, actually a few days ago, so last week, and we've been going through, our team, of course, through all of these very carefully over the last few days.
So there were 23,000 emails that were never made public?
We obviously released some today. We'll be releasing additional documents likely later today.
MSNBC? Well, again, I looked on Fox. There was no news about this. Let me check again. Did they do any news about this? Because I looked in the morning. So yeah, we're watching MSNBC because that's the only thing that's the only people they're talking about it. I wonder why. I don't know. People that like Trump are going to say they didn't cover it because they know it's fake, and people that hate him are going to say they didn't cover it because they're on Trump's side. Like, I mean, really, everybody's already made up their mind on why they didn't cover it. So there's no reason even discussing it.
The thing here is that we know, and we've been demanding that Donald Trump and the DOJ.
There's no reason to discuss it.
Yes.
And what's been released today,
100%.
which obviously is some quite serious, I think, connections between what Donald Trump made.
I'm glad this came out. I am. Even though I think that there's a high probability that it could be fake, misleading, or misunderstood, or misinterpreted, I think that it's still good because every point on the graph brings us closer to being able to draw a line. And I think also putting the pressure on him to make him look implicated puts more political pressure on him to release more files to show that he's not. Does that make sense?
We have known there's communication between Jeffrey Epstein and Ghislaine Maxwell, obviously making some claims about Donald Trump spending significant time, hours, with possibly one of the victims. There's also disturbing.
That's totally irrelevant to me. He could spend a days with the victim, and then the person never told him or never had anything to do with it, right? Because like some of the Epstein victims were above.
Dude. Like think about what you're saying. Donald Trump at the time was what, like 50? He's 50 years old, hanging out with a sex-trafficked teenager. And what you're telling me is that maybe it was just... Maybe we're over-exaggerating. Maybe nothing nefarious was going on. Like, okay, gotcha. So that's what we're doing.
So it's not like there was some sort of implicit, just like definitional reason why this person shouldn't be there.
Emails there about
there's not
Trump,
enough there.
And Jeffrey Epstein. The people can read for themselves. I think what's important right now is that we want to...
Maybe they just so happen to be in the same place at the same time for many hours. Yeah, maybe you're right.
Donald Trump spent
maybe you are.
Saying that he would release the files.
He did not. He said multiple times that he would have to think about it. He was asked directly about it, and he said he's less certain about it. Now, here's the thing he did. He ran on deportation multiple times. Well, if somebody wants to find me a compilation of all the times that he said it, then you can show it to me and I'll watch it myself. But from my understanding, Donald Trump said, oh, Bill Clinton is in the files. He said that, yeah, well, let's see, Grok said, ask Grok, sure. When did Donald Trump commit to releasing the Epstein file during his 2024 campaign? Because my understanding of it is that the primary people that were committing to releasing the Epstein files were people that were on his cabinet. People like Kash Patel, Dan Boligo, and Pam Bondi. Like, those were the ones that were really committing to it. During an interview, declassifying, yeah, I would. He said, I'd go along with that one. It's a weird situation. So yeah, this is the same one that I said before. He would have no problem. He reaffirmed this. He'd have no problem releasing it. The June interview.
Yeah, he said, yeah, I would. Maybe not so much. You know, you don't want to put fake stuff out there. That's the exact quote. Okay, pretty much verbatim. And like, yeah, he ran on it. Okay, he did. He said when somebody asked him, will you release the Epstein files? He said, yes, I would. Maybe not so much. Maybe. Like, yeah, I think that is... You're basically communicating that you will release the Epstein files. Like that, like, what? What? And anyway, it doesn't really matter if he promised it because we're talking about child sex trafficking. Like, I think that whether it was in your campaign promises or not, you kind of are obliged to, you know, expose the pedophile ring, the rich people pedophile ring. Like, I'm sorry, man. I don't care if you promised it or not, or if you, like, technically didn't promise it. Like, we're talking about child sex trafficking pedophile ring. You need to expose this. Like, what?
Attention that aired an omitted version, that his full response that resurfaced as well. Okay, so he did reaffirm it one time with Lex Friedman, saying that he would have no problem releasing it. Okay, well then there we go.
I didn't
he said
even
less
remember
so.
that.
Yes, he did say less so. So he's given two answers
maybe
to this.
it's less
In
so.
one case, he did commit to it. In another case, he didn't. Either way, I don't feel like he really ran his entire campaign on it. I think that's a little bit disingenuous. I feel like this was probably like a number 10 or number 11 issue. But overall...
No. This would not 10 or 11. That's insane. I would rank it probably like it's certainly in the top 5. I'd say it's like 2 or 3. Okay, if we're talking about like why did people vote for him? Yeah, this was a huge issue. Okay, he was saying, his people were saying, we're going to release the Epstein files. Kamala did not say that. Okay, so the people that care about this, which is a lot of people, probably voted for Donald Trump. Okay, probably. Specifically because of Epstein. Okay, so no, 10 or 11 is just crazy.
I do think that, like, yes, obviously, people voted.
Crack?
And this is what matters, right? Is that even if he didn't say it, people voted for Trump thinking that he would do it. He appointed people committing that they would do it.
Yeah.
And it didn't happen. That's what really matters. Whether he ran on his campaign about it or not is kind of irrelevant. Drain the swamp? Yes.
No, it's not irrelevant, because why did people vote for him over Epstein? Oh yeah, it's because he talked about Epstein. It's that simple. Like,
you really led them to believe it? Yes, I think it's undeniable. Even if I don't really entirely agree with like his assessment of it, I do agree that he led people to believe that he would release the files. He absolutely did. That's undeniable.
And now that he's in the White House, there is a massive cover-up going on. The survivors deserve the truth.
They do.
You said there are 23,000 documents as part of this latest tranche of information that you received from the Epstein estate. Are you still getting more information coming in from the estate? And are there more emails that have...
Wait a minute. Why is it that why was this information not... Why did the government not have this? What other information does the estate have? Why is the government not going in and getting every single piece of information that this estate has right now? Like, it makes me so mad. They did? Where is it? Well, then why is it coming out now?
Already been released.
There are definitely more information from the Epstein estate. We expect these 23,000 documents. We want them all released, and so there'll be more coming out.
Yeah, I think they should release everything completely unredacted besides victims' names and obviously photographs that could be problematic. Release everything else. Omit no one's name that is above the age of 18. The public deserves to know the truth. And again, these people, it could make somebody look bad. Too bad. You shouldn't have gone to an island with a pedophile. Should have thought about it. That's what I think.
We think more documents coming out later today, and there'll be more coming out in the future. And so our goal is to get every single document that we receive out into the public's hand. But it also takes an enormous amount of redaction. And so just redacting all of the names of the survivors and the victims takes time. And our promise to their family...
Oh, it took... So let me get this straight. Okay, okay, maybe. But like, if you know who the victims are, you know who the survivors are. Obviously, you word filter search the name Trump, right? Can't you just do that for the victims and then just omit those two? That's such bogus. Yeah, Control F. You can't Control F. Like, what are we doing?
Police has been to protect, of course, protect them as well. What's important right now is if you just read the emails that came out today, it's incredibly disturbing. And these possible links between Epstein and Trump and what Trump knew and who he spent time with and what happened at Mar-a-Lago, all of this is part, we know, of what's actually in the Epstein files. And so
I don't think there's hard evidence that commits Trump to doing anything weird with Epstein. If there was, I think they would have already released it. And if there is, I think that there is as much, if not more, hard evidence against Democrats doing it too. That's what I think probably happened. Like, my conspiracy theory with the Epstein files is that, because you've got to also remember, Epstein died when Trump was the president. He died in 2019. It's not like he died during Biden. Like, no, he died in 2019. So coping so hard? Well, I'm not coping. I'm just being logical. I don't care. Like, if Trump was in the Epstein files, I would want to know about it. It's not like I don't want to know about it. But the issue is that this is my conspiracy theory. My conspiracy theory is that I think that both parties have a piece of the Epstein files. And because of that, they don't want to release it because I think there is a third party. My opinion is that the most likely candidates for that third party are Israel, China, Russia, in that order, that have the entire Epstein files. And if these files are released in a partial amount, they will then be released by this foreign third party in their entirety. And it would be effectively, like the Cold War term, mutually assured destruction. And I think that's the reason why Biden was president for 4 years. You forgot Israel? Oh, Mossad is Israel. Mossad is Israel's intelligence agency. And that's the reason why it didn't happen. Because like, if it was so damning and so condemning on Trump and the Republicans, Biden, I think, would have released it. But he didn't. So I think that there's more to it than that. That's the only logical reason that can explain that to me.
I mean, I don't know why he included China and Russia there. Like, they have no connection to Epstein, as far as I know. Okay, I could be wrong. But Epstein only has concrete connections at this point to Mossad. And if anybody was wondering what the big deal about these files being released are, these emails, Epstein is confirmed to have been a Mossad asset, which is not really surprising to most people, but including myself. But yeah, it is kind of interesting that has now been undeniably confirmed. So, all that is to say, Israel definitely has information about Epstein that they haven't released, and I think that we should squeeze them. I think that we should wring it out. Okay, think about it. Like, it's perfect, actually. Americans hate Israel. They hate Israel, like they do. Okay, I read comments. I look at things. Okay, I look at what people are saying. People are really mad about Israel, and people are really mad about Epstein. And now there is this undeniable, concrete tether between the two. And so we know that Mossad is sitting on something that that hasn't been released yet. We want to know what it is. Okay, so I say we wring them out, squeeze the truth out of them. That's what we do.
This moment, the Department of Justice needs to do the right.
British as well? Yeah, it could be British. You're right. I never even think of them, but you're right. Coincidence, these emails are coming out the day the government shutdown is ending. Sounds like a sad attempt of distraction for Democrats. They've been a lot of heat for the shutdown ending. What do you think? I think that that's a really good analysis. I think that's a good point. Yeah.
And release the files that are under subpoena by our committee. The information
you think that Democrats release the file to distract? No, you've got it twisted. No, this isn't a distraction from the Democrats. This is a distraction. Actually, I don't know. Maybe it is. Maybe it is because like Republicans certainly didn't want this. But, like, Democrats didn't really want this either. Like, honestly, I don't think this is a distraction at all. I think all of the other shit happening is a distraction from this. Unironically. No. Because, like, the idea that Democrats want the Epstein files released is laughable. It's laughable. The idea that Dems are doing this, to, like, fuck with Republicans or to distract from the government shutdown. Look, the government shutdown is over, bro. Nobody cares anymore. We moved on. Okay, everybody moved on. Including leftists, okay? Like we did. Okay, because, like, at the end of the day, the government shutdown was only relevant because it was an attempt to stop the cancellation of ACA subsidies. But now it's over. And they're canceling ACA subsidies. So that's it. Okay?
These mails are nothing new. They were already released in 2024. What is this? Democrats intentionally...
Yeah, a lot. Yeah, I know. Look, 20,000 new documents were released. Do you really think that they're all actually new? Did you really think... Like, no. A majority of the Epstein files that have been released so far are repeats. Okay, it repeats. Okay, hold on. Let me ask AI something about this real quick. Okay, so around 97% of the files that have been released so far are recycled. There isn't any data about the newest files, the 20,000 that dropped yesterday, but I presume that a lot of them are duplicates as well. Okay, but there is certainly some new information in it, and it's interesting to see.
Redacted the name of the victim in the Epstein emails they released. The unredacted version shows that it was Virginia Giuffre. Virginia Giuffre has testified multiple times that President Trump did nothing, and that she never even saw him at Epstein's house.
Oh, well, that clears it up.
So it's bullshit? Wait, what? Okay, let me finish this, and then we're going to look at the post, okay?
Yeah, I'm sure that there was no incentive for her to lie about the President of the United States of America diddling her. Yeah, man. Also, what was it Virginia anyway? Actually, wasn't it I don't know. I don't even know if that's the actual redacted victim. It could have been another victim.
Only because Democrats fought to get that subpoena. And so we're not going to rest until we get the truth about the full files and what powerful men committed horrific acts against these women and, in some cases, back then, children and girls.
Yes.
These emails that were revealed today.
Dude, I don't know about you guys, but this is the kind of stuff that makes me never want to deal with politics ever again in America. Am I the only one that feels that way? Where it's like, I see this being passed around, and this is like such a, in my opinion, like this is like a top of the pyramid pinnacle evil that's happening, and it's being weaponized, manipulated, hidden, misinterpreted, and just basically propagandized in every way possible. And it seems like everybody's doing this. It's not like there's one side that's good and one side that's bad. I think they're both bad. Yeah. It's so exhausting. I hate this. I really do.
They do not explicitly implicate Donald Trump in any crimes, and I think it's important to note that his name is mentioned in these emails, and it does raise questions about what he knew of Jeffrey Epstein's actions. Congressman, we're just getting a first reaction now from the White House to the release of these emails. This statement coming from the White House Press Secretary Caroline Leavitt. I'm going to read it to you in full. The Democrats selectively leaked emails to the liberal media to create a fake narrative to smear President Trump. The unnamed victim referenced in these emails is the late Virginia Giuffre, who repeatedly said President Trump was not involved in any wrongdoing whatsoever and couldn't have been friendlier to her in their limited interactions. The fact remains that President Trump kicked Jeffrey Epstein out of his club decades ago for being a creep to his female.
So she says who the victim is. They released the emails. The emails were released in 2024. Okay, all right, let me see what his response to this is, because I feel like this is pretty damning.
Employees, including Giuffre. These stories are nothing more than bad faith efforts to distract from President Trump's historic accomplishments and any American.
Because she was fearful for her fucking life, you morons. So she's lying, Trump's lying, everybody's lying. I don't know. I mean, like, if I just, yeah, come on.
And with common sense, sees right through this hoax and clear.
I mean, if you're going to call the victims liars, I mean, I don't know, guys.
Distraction from the government opening back up again. What's your response to that?
That's a good question.
My response is simple. Then release all the files.
I'm sorry. I think this is a completely underhanded tactic, and it's completely dishonest if I'm interpreting it the way it seems like it is.
I don't like that. I don't like what he said there. He was like, are you saying that the victims are, lying, sweetie? I thought we were all about, like, believing victims. And it's like, yeah, okay, but, like, there's a difference between, like, saying, like, you're lying, you know, to a victim, and speculating on whether or not maybe that victim has a gun pointed at their head while they're like making a statement that the president of the United States of America did not diddle me and has nothing to do with Jeffrey Epstein. I promise. Okay, I promise. Please don't kill me. Please don't kill me. Like, dude. I could be wrong about that. Okay, I don't know. Maybe she is telling the truth. I don't know, but it's not like I'm saying like she's an evil liar and she's like trying to defame the late great Jeffrey Epstein. Okay, like it's not the same thing.
But I don't care because I agree with this conclusion. I do. I agree with the conclusion. I'm like, okay, yes, please bring this back up again and again and again. Yes, just please release the files, investigate this fully. Trump will never win back. I think that right now, Trump's handling of the Epstein files, and I'm speaking primarily from like an online perspective, because I know that like a lot of average voters care about like, I don't know, like being able to afford groceries. But if you're terminally online like I am, the Epstein files was the point where I think Trump lost the enthusiasm for his presidency with a lot of people on the internet. It was something that you just couldn't defend. It was a complete betrayal. And nothing short of that. It was a complete and absolute betrayal. And yeah, he's cooked. And I think like there was before that, like there was so much enthusiasm for Donald Trump before that, and then after that, where he's like, oh, I didn't have. Well, what do you mean I had my hand in a cookie jar? Did you see?
Yeah, after this.
Are you still talking about Jeffrey Epstein? This guy's been talked about for years. You're asking. We have Texas, we have this, we have
all of the things. We have all of the things.
And are people still talking about this guy, this creep?
This creep.
Unbelievable.
Unbelievable.
Do you feel like answering?
I don't mind answering.
I don't mind answering. Hold on, let's run that back one more time. Let's run that.
Yeah, sure. If
I
can.
Yeah, sure. Can I just hold on for a second?
Talking about Jeffrey Epstein? This guy's been talked about for years. You're asking. We have Texas, we have this, we have all of the things.
We have all of the things.
And are people still talking about this guy, this creep? That is
unbelievable.
Do you want to waste the time, and do you feel like answering?
I don't mind answering.
I mean, I can't believe you're asking a question
unbelievable.
at a time like this.
At a time like this.
Having some of the greatest success and
great
also
success. Tragedy.
With what happened in Texas. It just seems like a desecration, but...
It's like a desecration. Yeah, man.
Keep my hand in a cookie jar? Well, where are the cookies? I ate them. But where'd I get them from? I don't know. No, but there's no, my hand wasn't in the cookie jar. What do you mean? No, of course not. And he was so, fuck it. He sounded so suspicious saying this. I think Bondi is at fault mostly. No, she's not. Pam Bondi is accountable to Donald Trump, the president. If Pam Bondi fails, that means Trump put a failure in charge.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just like it's just like your manager at work, okay? Why does your manager chew you out when you don't put the sandwich in the bag fast enough? Because they're your manager. They're in trouble if you fuck up, okay? So it's like the same thing, okay? Donald Trump is like the drive-thru manager, okay?
It might be her fault. But
Pam Bondi was supposed to put the fries in the bag, but instead she fucking spilled hot grease all over everybody. And anyway, it's just that's the analogy I'm going with. Okay,
it's his responsibility. He's the president. If she failed on something that was a core campaign promise, he should have kicked her ass out and brought in somebody new. That's it. It's not her fault, whether it is or not. Like, whether it is or not, that's it. The buck stopped with the president? Yeah. Like, I mean, again, I understand it might not be directly his fault, but it's still his responsibility. He's the fucking prime acting executive. Like, what do you mean? You said in the past you can tell if a guy's guilty just by looking at him. Is the guy on the right guilty for long? I think that they know that this is a misrepresentation. It seems like it's a misrepresentation.
If the president has nothing to hide, if the press secretary right there in her comments and statement, if they have nothing to hide at the White House Department,
you can tell
the evidence just is what it is. Okay, there is, like, you know, sure, misrepresentation of it, but like presenting it in and of itself isn't like misinterpreting it or misrepresenting it. Like just look at it. Just look at the evidence, okay? And like we can discuss on the like how you interpret it, like who may be guilty, who might not. Okay, look, here's what I know. Trump probably diddled some children. Trump is the fucking president of the United States of America, and he probably diddled some children back then, okay? Bill Gates definitely diddled some children. Bill Clinton probably did it too. There's just like a litany of other well-known rich people that participated in this. And what happens in the dark comes out in the light.
That he's lying by his eyebrows. Nobody has pointy eyebrows like that. That's not somehow a villain. Okay? Not pointy eyebrows like this.
True.
This is something like
True. Your eyebrows are pointy
or something like that. That's going to sell
Look,
you.
My eyebrows aren't pointy. You literally have pointy eyebrows, Asmongold. Okay, me, J-Star, though, as you can see, my eyebrows not pointy. They are rounded at the end. Okay, they are quite bulbous, in fact.
Justice, and all we want is for them to release the full files. It's very clear. You can't spend your entire campaign saying you're going to do something and make a commitment to the American people and then backtrack. And so
I agree. I mean, again,
well, you can do that.
I disagree slightly with his assessment, but I don't care about that because there's a greater goal in mind. I agree fundamentally with what he's saying.
I'll be right back.
He led people to believe that he was going to release the Epstein files, and he didn't do it. This is a prime betrayal.
We're going to ensure, one, we always going to protect the victims and survivors. And if they want to clear the president's name, and more importantly, also all of the other men and powerful men that may have been involved, then release the files.
True, yeah. I mean, what about like Bill Clinton and Prince Andrew? Like, what about them?
Today, that should be the response from the White House.
President Trump has said he wasn't a fan of Epstein's. He's called him a creep. He's
also friends with them. I mean, like, it's simple. They were friends for a long time. They had a falling out. I mean, why is this? Why is it that nobody even attempts to engage with the truth? Isn't that so frustrating? For me, it's so incredibly frustrating that you have so many people out here who they don't even attempt to engage with any degree of truth or reality.
The push for more information about Epstein, a Democratic hoax. What question specifically do you have for the president about these emails?
Yeah, what is it?
Well, my questions to the president would be, first, what was your relationship with Jeffrey Epstein? I mean, did you know what was happening? He was obviously running a huge sex trafficking ring. Why are there so many cases of these connections back to Mar-a-Lago? Jeffrey Epstein himself said that Donald Trump was one of his best friends. Why would he say that? And there's so many questions to ask. And the president could right now end all this speculation and do the right thing for the survivors by releasing the files. The president himself has said that he has...
This is what's going to sound crazy. I think that releasing the files won't matter. Because unless it has the names in it that people think are in it, everybody is going to think the files are a lie. You said this already? I did. If they release the files and it doesn't say Donald Trump is a pedophile, and it doesn't say Bill Clinton is a pedophile, and it doesn't say Bill Gates is a pedophile, people will think that the files are edited and they are inauthentic. The public has already convinced itself of the reality of this.
Did nothing wrong, then release the files, because we know for a fact that there are many.
And again, I don't think that we really convinced ourselves. I think that the like evidence in front of us convinced us, man. Like he's talking like oh yeah, Americans have like deluded themselves into thinking that Donald Trump and Bill Clinton are pedophiles. Like, nah, man, I don't really think that's the case. I think that like people reasonably ascertained that it's highly likely that both of them are pedophiles. Like, that's it. Anyway.
The reason why that happened is because of Trump. Trump destroyed the public's trust in this issue, and he has effectively killed this issue. And he has killed the issue in the worst possible way.
The powerful men, some of the powerful, wealthiest men in this country that have done and committed harm to children and to girls and women in this country. Yeah. And those women deserve justice. So it's time to end this White House cover-up and release the Epstein files today.
I don't understand it. It's obviously not a White House cover-up. I mean, was Biden covering it up for 4 years? I mean, what are we talking about?
Yes, what are you talking about? Wait, let's run that back. Okay, actually, this may be the dumbest thing I've ever heard Asmongold say. Not just because it's wrong, but because it makes no sense. Why did you say this? Wait, what? You're like a Trump guy. Do you really think that Biden would cover this up? What the fuck are you saying, man?
It's obviously not a White House cover-up. I mean, was Biden covering it up for 4 years?
Uh-huh.
I mean, what are we talking about a White House cover-up?
Was Biden covering it up for 4 years? Well, let's think about that. Okay, so the Department of Justice had these emails. Okay, they had them. They did. But they didn't release them. Okay, these files, which are very damning for Donald Trump. Like, if Biden had released these emails in the lead up to the election, do you think Kamala would have lost? So then the question is, why didn't he? Okay, and the answer is because it's a fucking cover-up, dumbass. Okay, the DOJ has had these files for years. That is a fact. That is an undeniable fact. They didn't just get them. Okay, and it's not just the DOJ. Congress has had them. They've been sitting on them this entire time, keeping us in the dark. So, yeah, it's a cover-up, okay? And I'm not saying that, like, Biden personally covered it up. Biden has fucking dementia. He doesn't know what day it is. Yeah, I don't know. Like, somebody was covering it up, though. That's for sure.
Today, Congresswoman-elect Adelita Grijalva will be sworn into the House.
Do you really think that? Do you really think that Biden would just cover this up? Yes, I do, Asmongold. I do think that. Wait, what is his chat saying?
I mean, what are we talking about, a White House cover-up?
Today, Congresswoman-elect Adelita Grijalva.
Dude, acting like Biden didn't have the files, a lot of sod cover-up.
Grijalva will be sworn into the House, where
he was. Yes, they all did. It's lizard people cover-up. Yeah, even his chat knows, dude.
These will be the final vote needed on that discharge petition to compel the DOJ to release the full Epstein files. Do you think these new revelations could sway any other votes? Could there be a pile-on and an overwhelming vote for releasing the documents?
There should be.
Look, we hope that all Republicans would really center the survivors and the victims at this moment. What's important right now is that there are women who talk to us now as adults who have shared that they want the files released, they want justice, they want to know what happened and what men were involved, and who are, in many cases, afraid of the consequences of them being in the spotlight and telling their stories.
What's holding some of your colleagues back? What is holding Republicans back from voting to release all the files?
They're complicit in this cover-up. When Donald Trump, the president,
right? I mean, there's no reason not to release everything. There's no reason. I can't see a single reason.
Said, I don't want to release the files, or he tried to, remember earlier in this year, he actually even said they kind of discarded them as being not important.
Yes,
when they're not releasing these files, exactly. it brings questions to be asked.
So of course it does, especially after they talk about it so much. And Trump even names people like Prince Andrew and Bill Clinton as being potentially involved with Epstein. I mean, if anything, I feel like Trump is really kind of a piece of shit. It's like if you can't even find any evidence of Bill Clinton and Prince Andrew, why are you going and dragging their name in the mud by saying this if you can't even prove it? That's crazy. Why say names? The reason? Then you know it? No, the problem is that we can all sit around and theorize on a reason, but we don't really know what the reason is. That's the truth. Nobody really knows. And I think that's why nobody trusts him.
Again, our commitment from day one has been clear. Release the Epstein files. The men that committed harm should be held accountable today.
You've also been demanding answers about Epstein accomplice Ghislaine Maxwell's transfer to that minimum security prison. That happened over the summer, and now we are learning of a whistleblower account saying that she's in the process of requesting President Trump commuting her sentence. He commute her sentence, and that
he's not going to commute her sentence. I mean, if the Trump commutes her sentence, like if he commutes her sentence and she contributes to like the arrest of like 5 high-profile people with Epstein, then yeah, I would be okay with that. If you want me to be honest, I'd rather have 5 birds instead of 1 bird. But unless she does that, no, you're rotting in jail.
Been waited on hand and foot at this camp, customized meals, after-hours time in a private exercise area.
Never? What do you mean never? What are you retarded?
She's not even really in prison anymore. I mean, she's in a fucking resort. She gets to play tennis now because she said Donald Trump is innocent.
If there's 5 pedos that are out there that are these prolific molesters that were involved with Epstein, and she could contribute to getting them put in jail, you would want those 5 people to continue running free, probably doing the same thing that they were doing back then, still now, until they die, indefinitely, because of some moral thing that you would want to keep her in jail. You're just retarded. This is the problem with people that think in terms, it's emotional blackmail. Yeah, exactly. It's emotional blackmail. It's an obvious, the right decision to make in this circumstance is obvious. It might not be pretty. It's not pretty, but it's obvious.
Access to a service puppy.
Stop right back, yes.
Have you gotten any information firsthand on her situation?
The trolley lover problem?
Look, we have also received really disturbing information, and obviously there's been a lot of reporting about it. What's clear is that Ghislaine Maxwell was moved to a facility where she has essentially all of this access to apparently people to talk to being able to roam around. It's a club-fed facility where she is now has much more freedom of movement and things that she never should have received, that she wasn't eligible to receive at the facility that she was at before. But this was all done because someone at the Department of Justice ordered it so. We've asked questions of the Federal Bureau of Prisons. Why was a convicted sex trafficker?
Well, the Federal Bureau of Prisons, if I remember correctly, actually declined having her moved. Like there was some prison conglomeration that didn't want her moved, and they got overruled.
Someone that does monstrous things to women and girls, transferred to a facility after Trump's Department of Justice, and a deputy AG who was once Trump's personal lawyer. Why did they transfer her? Why won't they tell us why and answer questions? We want Ghislaine Maxwell to come before the Oversight Committee and answer these questions. Ghislaine Maxwell should never receive special treatment. She's done horrific things to women and girls. And again, if we want justice for these women and survivors, today is the day that Donald Trump can release all the Epstein files.
Congressman Robert Garcia.
Yeah, it does seem like this is an opportunistic thing that they're doing as a result of them looking bad for the government shutdown. I think that's what's happening. If it's correct that the information that's been released is just simply information that's been public, but it's now redacted in order to make Trump look bad.
Yeah, thank you for being here.
Well, there it is. And I'll go back. I'll look at it here. American politics is just a mess. Yeah, I think so. And you're smart enough to reason. Of course, everybody knows this. Talking less in absolute terms, approach topics more rationally. Well, it is rational. Like, I mean, if one person can lead to
whatever, man.